Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 15th Annual African American Film Critics Association Awards. And now, your host for the evening.
It is a pleasure to see you all. You look good. You look very good. Welcome back to the 15th Annual African American Film Critics Association Awards. I am your host, Roy Wood Jr. Good to see you all. Yeah. Now, we got a great show for you tonight. We got a great show. We got a gang of awards to hand out. So please make yourselves very comfortable. Please enjoy the free alcohol if you haven't already indulged yourself. Okay, some of y'all have already, okay. But it's been a year. It's been a wonderful, wonderful year for black cinema. So I figured we get into talking a little bit about this. You know, I don't even know where to begin. First of all, let me start by saying everybody looks good. Give it up for yourself. You look good. You do look good. I've been walking around the room talking to y'all. I've been looking at your teeth. Y'all ain't skipped no Invisalign trays. Congratulations. Everything is in order. Your breath is on point. Everybody wearing a good outfit. You're out with a lot of power couples in the room. A lot of black love in the room. It's good to see so many people found their Coretta. I'm looking for mine. Good for y'all. But I would like to start tonight. I'd like to start tonight by saying thank you to the film critics. Thank you to the critics. Because the critics are the ones who took the time to review these films, and to make art is to open yourself up to critique. And to take time to critique the art in itself is an appreciation of art. So thank you so much to the critics. I hope that of all of the black cinema this year with the critics, I hope you started with Origin and ended with Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse. You gotta start with that real shit, then work your way up to the fanatical. I loved Origin. Origin was a beautiful film. Ava DuVernay is in the house. Y'all give her up. Beautiful film. Beautiful, beautiful film. And we got to give it up to Ava because at this point, we can just all agree, Ava can adapt any book into a film now. Because when they said cast, they said, oh, she's going to take that book? I was like, well, how is she going to make this book a movie? And then you saw Origin, and then you realize, oh, yeah, Ava went to film school at Hogwarts, because that's magic right there. That is magic. At this point, Ava DuVernay could adapt the dictionary, and it would be a hit. It could be a musical. We'd still go see it. It'd be Fantasia singing A, B, C, D, E. We'd be like, yes. But the films that we're honoring tonight, I know that you all have watched all of them, and it's important that you watch them in the right order. Because I think the types of films that we're honoring tonight show you just how much deeper we've gotten into the concept of black storytelling. It's not broad anymore. We can get into very nuanced stuff. You watch Origin to learn the roots of hatred and where it comes from and where those ideas germinated, right? Then you watch Rustin to see people fight racism. Then you watch American Fiction to see how you can make a little money off of that racism. Just saying. Say what you want about racism, but you play it right, it'll get you paid. You'll get paid. You might get you a little bit of money. Speaking of Rustin, the Honorable Coleman Domingo is in the building tonight. Honorable Coleman Domingo is in the building tonight. I enjoyed Rustin, Brother Coleman. We all enjoyed Rustin. Let me correct myself. We all enjoyed Rustin. That's a good movie. Rustin was such a good movie, we immediately forgave Coleman for being Mr. in The Color Purple. Do you know how good you got to be to make people forget evil? Because Coleman's people knew you got a good team around. They were like, look, if you're going to play evil, you got to play a gay civil rights leader immediately. And not only immediately, we need to drop both movies around the same time so that people get confused and watch some yellow on the red carpet. Mix it up. That's a smart move. If you're going to play an evil black character, you got to play a civil rights leader right after it immediately. Right on top of it, especially if you're doing Mr. See, that's where Danny Glover messed up. Because Danny Glover played Mr. in 1985's rendition of The Color Purple, but it was 2 years later when he was Nelson Mandela. That was too much time. Then Danny Glover played Nelson Mandela. He came back around to black folks. He was like, do y'all like me again? We was like, Brother had to drop 4 straight lethal weapons before we forgave him. But one thing that is important about the film Rustin, aside from the civil rights elements of the film, to me, one thing that's important about the film Rustin is that I'm glad that the movie showed all the beefing between all of our civil rights leaders, because that's something that actually happened, and it's important to know that that happened. But what it did was show us that black people are capable of putting their differences to the side for the greater good of the race. That was a beautiful thing. And I'm just glad that all of this beefing between black civil rights leaders, I'm glad it happened back in the day. I'm glad it happened back in the 60s, because if Rustin was alive now, trying to organize the March on Washington and all that beef happened, Rustin would have gone on Club Shay Shay and dragged everybody. Rustin would have been the first guest on that brown-ass couch. And let me tell you another thing, Shannon, about the civil rights leaders. I'm not the only one with a proclivity for Caucasian orgasms within the movement. But I'll let them tell you about it when they stop by. Shannon Sharp would be right there. Whoa, 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 Rustin. Is you telling me that people in the civil rights movement be having sex with white women? I didn't say that, Shannon. You said that yourself. Danielle Brooks and Divine Joy Randolph were in the building. Danielle and Divine are here, and I'm happy they're here. I'm happy that they're at a Black Award show, because we can tell y'all apart. You ain't got to deal with that nonsense. I know what you deal with. White folks at the airport think I'm Kenan Thompson. I don't know what to tell them. And also, while we're talking about Danielle Brooks, we got to give a quick shout out to that white dude that let Danielle Brooks punch him in the face. I don't know if y'all saw The Color Purple, but Danielle Brooks punched the hell out that white dude. I don't even think that was a trick punch. That did not look like a fake punch to me. Danielle swung on that man and turned his face the color purple. But I do hope that the people in this room, I do hope that you know what you have contributed to the culture. There are directors here, there are actors here, there's casting directors here, there are financiers here. Thank you as well. You all are the last defenders of our stories, and everywhere you look in this country, diversity is getting rolled back. I don't know what we're getting into in 2024 and 2025, but it's going to be a fight. Every film that's getting honored tonight should easily be a film that should be shown in our schools, which means it's a film that will get banned in our schools. You know, diversity is getting rolled back, though. It's getting rolled back because I think there's just a lot of weak people in this country. There's a lot of weak-minded people in this country that are afraid of change. And like right now, with the content that we're creating that's benefiting the black diaspora, this is one of the rare times in history where the fight for equality in the real world is also matching the showing of equality in cinema. And you got scared white folks in this country, let's just be real about it. You got scared white folks, they ain't got nowhere to hide from the truth no more. The truth is out there in the world, and the truth is out there on the screen, and they got overwhelmed. We hit them with too much too fast, and that's good. I understand why white folks started folding. You can't have a first black woman vice president, a first black woman Supreme Court justice, and a first black woman mermaid. It was too much for them. It was too much. They had a nervous breakdown. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Where the hell did all of these black women in charge come from? We got to shut it down. We got to shut it down immediately, and better shut down the history books too. Tell that black woman from Harvard she got to quit. So I really want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. They say that the best way to get over your fears is to face them. And tonight we're going to celebrate the creatives that force simple-minded people in this world to face their fears. Their biggest fear, which is living in a country that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive. So with that being said, let's get ready to hand out some trophies, and let's get drunk. Y'all ready to kick this thing off? All right, let's do it. Coming to the stage to introduce our first winner is a SAG Award-nominated actress and producer. She's also co-host of the podcast, We Don't Always Have to Agree, with Ryan and Sterling. Please welcome Ryan Michelle Bathe.
I'm just gonna say it. Sterling was doing the absolute most in American fiction, was he not? Whew. Whew. Heavens to Betsy. I bet you anything he's rolling his eyes right now because I was really late to the one screening I attended, and I may have missed more than half of the movie. True story, but little does he know, I actually went to the Cinemark in Playa Vista to watch the first half of the movie 2 days ago. So there, and you were fabulous. So now that he knows I've actually seen the whole movie, we can continue. It's been just over 25 years since he earned his first credit. And his career since that first professional credit, an August Wilson play, also starring Coleman Domingo, has shown us his incredible range. Whether he's making us mad, making us sad, being selfless, or self-centered. That's his gift. And for his efforts, he's earned his third AAFCA award. Woohoo! And he's also been nominated for his first Academy Award. Please join me in welcoming AAFCA's Best Supporting Actor winner, Sterling K. Brown.
That's my wife, y'all. I was most worried about how she'd react because she read a lot of Elin Harris novels when we first got together. So I was like, all right, just it's gonna be okay. Black people and friends, it is an absolute joy to be in your presence today. I want to say thank you to Gil Robertson and the African American Film Critics Association for this incredible honor. Cord Jefferson, thank you for this beautiful role and making room for me to have a seat at the table, brother. I appreciate you. To my castmates, because we don't do this in a vacuum, especially the extraordinary Erica Alexander. She's not here, but Dame Leslie Uggams, I'm knighting her tonight. And my big brother, Mr. Jeffrey Wright. It is one of the great honors of my life to have shared the screen with you all. I also, because this isn't a Black Award show, I want to thank God. I can do that here. I want to thank God for allowing me to live long enough to recognize the beauty in all humanity. As a cisgendered heterosexual male from St. Louis, Missouri, I cannot honestly tell you, St. Louis in the house, I cannot honestly tell you that that has always been the case. In my youth, I can state with confidence I was infinitely more concerned with what differentiates us rather than what makes us the same. And while this judgment existed quietly and cordially, inside I knew I would only allow myself to get just so close to anyone who lived an alternative lifestyle. And I'm sure they felt it too. The age-old doctrine of loving the sinner and hating the sin felt like the most conditional kind of love one could practice. Now, black people and friends, I'm here to tell you that that is not my ministry. My ministry is to love without limits. I have 3 people in my immediately family who are gay, and I love them. I left St. Louis for the Bay Area, became a drama major, and did my first professional play with Coleman Domingo. And we out in these streets, bro. Like, we out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Love you, dog. I went to grad school in New York, and a man named Ron Van Loo cast me as Belize in Angels in America. Now, Ron Van Loo taught me, he taught Divine, he taught Mahershala. And I did this thing, and me and Mahershala would talk about this. If you ever did a really good performance, and he was like, and Ryan knows what I'm about to say, and he appreciated it, he would come and put your face in his hands, and he'd give you this kiss. And me and Mahershala would be like, I want that kiss, dog. And with Belize, I got the kiss. It was pretty cool. I want to thank the LGBTQ plus community for receiving this performance with the love with which it was intended. Hopefully you were able to see yourselves to some extent within it, because I know after 47 years of life on this planet, I most definitely see myself in you. Thank you, God bless, enjoy the evening.
He's an actor, producer, and director who currently stars on Station 19. Please welcome Boris Kodjoe.
Hello there. I am very excited to be here tonight. Thank you to the African American Film Critics Association for inviting me to present the award for Best International Film. Sometimes the world can seem so vast, and other times it feels incredibly small. But no matter how much land or water separates us, we are connected, which becomes more evident each time we bear witness to another person's experience. In this film, 2 teenagers venture off to Europe and encounter the harsh realities and politics of life beyond their home in Senegal. Along with winning an AAFCA award, the film has been nominated for an Oscar. Here to accept the African American Film Critics Association Award for Best International Film is the director of Io Capitano, Matteo Garrone.
Thank you so much for this great honor. I made this movie because we wanted to finally show a part of the journey that we don't know. We are used to see only the last part in Italy, in Europe, the boat when arrived, and the ritual count of the people alive and dead. In the last 10 years, 30,000 people have died trying to make this journey through Africa to reach Europe. And so I made this movie. I've been an intermediator. I've made this movie with the real hero, contemporary hero that made this journey. So thanks to them, we recreate this epic journey. So I would say thanks to the actors that are the power of the movie. And I've been an intermediator. I made the movie with the real migrant that helped me to recreate this odyssey. They are the carrier of the contemporary epic. And I'm honored to be here with a real survivor that made really this journey and survive on torture in Libya and past the desert. And so I leave the floor to Mamadou.
Thank you, everybody. It's an honor to be here to get this award about this film, talking about our story, the story of migrant, the story that we African people, to make our dream come true, we do suffer a lot because we don't get the same opportunity like other people. Today, we are not able to travel like other people. Why? So this movie is talking about injustice. It is time It is time. The concept of a dream, we have also dream, we African people. So together with Matteo Garono, he helped us to narrate this information, this story that most of the time people don't know what we passed through before arriving in Europe or before arriving in America. So for us, this is a great privilege to be the voice of many people, women that I saw dying on the desert, I saw dying in Libya, in the Mediterranean Sea. I have been sold in Libya like a slave. This is the reason why Matteo said that I'm a survivor. It's true. And this story, we are going around the world to tell people that enough is enough. We need to be equal. And together with you people, Africa needs Europe. Europe needs America. Together, we should make that we should be equal, equality. And thanks to these brothers that they explain what we passed through in Libya, Mediterranean Sea, and Matteo said 30,000 people died in the Mediterranean Sea in these 10 years. Every day, 18 people are dying for looking for a better life. Enough is enough. Please, we need your help. We need your help to change the world. We need the help that Seydou proved in this movie that we need to build the humanity. And this film also shows us the culture of Africa, the tradition of Africa. It is time to go back and build this world for humanity. We need it. Please support the movie and help us to change this world. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So this film is my first film, and it is my first experience also. But also, it is a big pleasure for me to represent what immigrants live on the screens. And if I had to do it again, I would do it without any hesitation. Because me, as African people, I don't know this journey, but I know the people who really did this journey. But, like, the real story is the most powerful and dangerous than this film. So for me, if I had to do it again, I will do it without any hesitation. So I would like to give thanks to Matteo Garone because he gives me this opportunity and he gives me the courage to measuring up to this movie. I speak fastly because I don't lose any times because that's why. But thank you so much, really. Thank you for both all. Thank you so much, really.
Next up is a two-time Emmy Award-winning musical director, producer, composer, and conductor who will oversee music at the Oscars for the 4th time this year. Please welcome Ricky Minor.
AAFCA, come on, how's everybody doing tonight? You know, this event has become the place to be during award season. It's great to be here, and I thank Gil for inviting me back as a guest and presenter. You know, there are so many components involved in creating a memorable film experience. There's the story and the actors, of course, and the costumes, the sets, and on and on. But when it comes to emphasizing a moment or invoking an emotion, it's the music that moves us. That was certainly true for one of last year's most anticipated films, which is the adaptation of a classic. Here to accept the AAFCA Award for Best Music for The Color Purple are Stephen Bray and Chris Bowers.
I'm just going to start. Chris is the man. You know, I wouldn't be here were it not for so many people, but most importantly, Alice Walker, of course. And my wonderful collaborators on the songwriting, Brenda Russell, the magical Brenda Russell, Allie Willis, the dearly departed, my wife, Stephanie Elaine, who's sitting over there, and of course, all the people that believed in the songwriting. Scott Sanders is here somewhere. And the people who delivered the songs, Fantasia, can we talk about Danielle? Can we talk about Felicia, who's here? There's so many, but I don't want to leave out Chris Bowers.
Thank you all so much. I appreciate that. Thank you to Gil, AAFCA, for this incredible honor. This room, this night feels so special. This is my first time here, and I feel like, to be very honest, this award season has been, disheartening, seeing how many incredible performances are not getting the flowers they deserve. So it's amazing to have this room full of people to celebrate each other, give each other the flowers that are deserved. I want to say thank you to Blitz Bazuile for being our incredible leader. For me as a composer, working on a musical, it was such an honor to be brought on so early to really collaborate with Steven and Nick Baxter and Jordan, Carol, and Morgan Rhodes to really make sure that the songs and the score had this relationship and this connection through the film, and I feel like we owe that to Blitz. Thank you to Scott Sanders, Oprah, Quincy, Steven Spielberg, Warner Brothers, everybody for this incredible journey. It's been amazing, and the amazing cast. Fantasia, Danielle and I went to school together, so to see her on screen, her and Corey Hawkins and John Batiste, this has been a special, special time. So thank you all so much, and have a good night.
Okay, next to the stage is a multiple Emmy-nominated producer and legendary choreographer, Fatima Robinson, and yes, love for Fatima, and Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer for Nissan US, Maristella Marinkovic.
Good evening. When I received this call to be here tonight, I jumped at the opportunity to speak about an artist who at her core is an exceptional dancer. Before her rise to prominence in the ballet world was lacking in representation, Misty Copeland's ascent to principal dancer with the American Ballet Theater shattered barriers and brought much needed diversity to the forefront of classical ballet. In fact, she made history as the first Black woman to be promoted to this esteemed position in the company's 75-year history. Misty's influence has since extended beyond the dance stage. Her first brush with the world of cinema was a 2015 documentary, A Ballerina's Tale. Through intimate storytelling, the film, which was directed by Nelson George, highlights the historic significance of her success while shedding light on the underrepresentation of women of color in major ballet companies.
This introduction to the film space later prompted Misty to launch her own production company, Life in Motion Productions, with a mission to spotlight stories of artists spanning generations and normalizing the arts experience. Misty's inaugural independent film project, Flower, about unhoused people in Oakland, debuted in Tribeca Film Festival in 2023. This art activism film utilized dance to advocate for intergenerational equality and raising the awareness about important social issues.
As a performer herself, Misty has made her major motion picture debut in Disney's The Nutcracker and The Four Realms in 2018. She's also a best-selling author, philanthropist, entrepreneur, and co-founder of the athletic wear brand Greatness Wins.
Please join us in welcoming the recipient of AAFCA's Innovators Award, Misty Copeland.
This is my first time here at the AAFCAs, and it is such an honor to be
amongst such an incredibly talented group of people, so many of whom have impacted and motivated me in my own journey. I owe my being here with you tonight to the introduction of the arts, and in my case, specifically ballet, at a pivotal point in my young adult life. At 13 years old, finding ballet on a basketball court at my Boys and Girls Club, and the rest is history. But it was that art form, expressed without words, that helped me find my voice through movement. And it helped me discover my purpose, to try to give others more access and more opportunities in the hope that they too could feel empowered to find and express their own voice. So to now be here recognized as an innovator is truly humbling. Throughout my journey as a dancer, I've been inspired by countless innovators who paved the way for me, from Debbie Allen, Lauren Anderson, to Janet Collins, Maria Tallchief, Raven Wilkinson, Arthur Mitchell. Their resilience, creativity, and unwavering commitment to excellence has fueled my own aspirations and ignited my passion for pushing the boundaries of what is possible. But I'm particularly grateful to stand here at the African American Film Critics Association Awards because a few years back, some of you may not know, but my partner Layla Fayez and I started Life in Motion Productions with the understanding of the importance of the arts, and specifically media and film, and in shaping our perceptions of what we can be and who we are as people, and that there is room to include dance in film and in media and in television. The stories that we're pushing forward serve as reminders of the complexity, the beauty, the strength, the intellect, and the power that we as Black people represent. I know all of you in this room are doing that work, so thank you for your tireless efforts. Tonight, as I accept this award, I do so not just for myself, but for all of those who have paved the way for me to be here. I stand on your shoulders, I stand on the shoulders of giants, and I am grateful for the opportunity to carry their legacy forward. So thank you to my incredible team, thank you to Nevin and Jim, and Gilda Squire, my manager, and Nina Shaw. Thank you to Gil Robertson and the AAFCAs for this incredible honor, and thank you to all of those who have supported me on this journey. Together, let's continue to innovate, to create, and to inspire change. Thank you.
Our next presenter is a legendary actress, director, producer, writer, and choreographer. She's a Kennedy Center honoree and an Emmy, Golden Globe, and Image Award winner too. Ladies and gentlemen, Debbie Allen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, wow, what a night, what a night. I want to say thank you to the African American Film Critics Awards for inviting me to be here tonight to present an award for Best Director to someone that I truly, truly admire, am inspired by, and respect. Someone who could be called a force of nature, but for me, she is a rainforest of creativity and power and purpose and grace and beauty and truth and courage. She's a forward thinker and a truth teller. In an interview recently, she said that history is something that needs to be interrogated. She says that nothing matters. Nothing that matters is clearly visible. You have to dig deeper to know what is going on. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the winner of the AAFCA Award for Best Director, Miss Ava DuVernay.
my goodness, thank you for that. It felt so nice to hear you say those words. This is the only time I'm gonna hear it, so I appreciate it. You know, thank you to Gil and AAFCA. This is an extraordinary gathering that has grown so much. I remember it from back in the day. It was a small little dinky thing, and now it's really fancy, but it's always been beautiful. One thing I just have to say is because she has choreographed 10 Academy Award ceremonies and also choreographed for a few folk, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, even Dolly Parton. And she also has Golden Globe Awards for acting and 3 Emmys for choreography, also Tony Award nominations. We might forget that this woman is a director. A director. No. Because she's done all of those other things, we forget that this woman is one of the 4 mothers of Black directors, Black women directors especially. She did it first, bravely, boldly, and beautifully. Listen to this: Fame, Family Ties, Fresh Prince, Quantum Leap, Scandal, 36 episodes of Grey's Anatomy. These are not easy ones. And I read this, and it can't be true, is it? Hold on. We giving flowers. I read it. It can't be true. 86 episodes of A Different World? 86 episodes of A Different World? I remember seeing directed by Debbie Allen when my mom and I would watch A Different World. My mom's out here. Shout out to you, Mama. We would watch A Different World, and I'd be like, directed by Debbie Allen? Wow. So I just want to say, she says I'm going to get it. You're a phenom, and this being handed to me by you means more than anything I could ask for. And thank you so, so much. Thank you. I had the pleasure to direct some of the finest actors I've ever worked with on Origin. Ingenue Ellis Taylor, whose work was revelatory every day. Every day I'd come onto the set and I would be astonished. I'd be blown away. I'd have to fix my face to stay in charge because I'd just be like, wow, what is she doing? Every day was something new, something deeper, truly extraordinary. Niecy Nash Betts. Niecy Nash Betts. She's just a light. Just a light. She walks in, she's shining, she's warm, she's wrapping you up in her gloriousness and her gorgeousness, and was beyond an actor to me. She was one of my dearest, closest friends. You lift me up when I'm down. You tell me I should wear lower cut dresses. And all of these things mean so much, and I love you. Thank you. We had never worked together before, but there was a young man who I invited here tonight out of all the cast members because I just really liked him. You know, just some people you just like right away. He plays he plays a Nazi, but he plays the man that you saw at the top of the clip. That's why I showed it, because it pulls out from him. If anyone has seen Origin, there's a man who is a Nazi who falls in love with a Jewish woman and holds on to their love through thick and thin, and his name is Finn Whitrock. And he came to the set. We'd never worked together before, and in 1 week he had to learn all of his lines in German, drive a very old picture car that barely worked, and learn a whole choreographed routine, and he did it with care in every detail. And I just want to take this moment in front of all these Black people, Finn Whitrock, to tell you, you are a joy, and thank you. And I want to just end with, there was a woman who I met during this film who inspired me more than I can express. But I'm so grateful to Gil and AAFCA for this opportunity to take a stage to be able to tell you a little bit about Miss Emily Yancey, who plays Isabel Wilkerson's mother, Ruby, in the film Origin. Imagine my nerves on the first day that I had to direct the woman who began her acting career on Broadway in an all-Black version of Hello, Dolly opposite Cab Calloway, okay? Hi, Miss Yancey, my name is Ava. Let's try to work on this scene. She could have been any way, but she was gorgeous and kind and warm. She's appeared in everything from Cotton Goes to Harlem to Sanford and Son to Different Strokes. She's performed as a songstress on stages all around the world, and yet she brought an elegance and an extraordinary kindness to her work with me. And so I want to salute you today and thank you for your whole career and for what you brought to Origin. There she is right there. Stand up, let them see you, please, you must. You must stand up for this queen, this legend. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll just end by saying directing Origin was the time of my life. It was the most exuberant and confident and joyous I've ever felt directing anything. So this honor from AAFCA means so much to me, and it'll mark a time that I'll always remember. Thank you very much.
Next to the stage is the star of Focus Features' upcoming film, The American Society of Magical Negroes, Justice Smith.
It's great to be here tonight. Thank you, Gil and AAFCA, for bringing us all together. Each year, AAFCA members review and spotlight films across all genres, with an emphasis on those that will resonate with Black audiences. The result is the annual Top 10 list, which represents the films that AAFCA believes to be the best of the year. And there were a good number of films to choose from in 2023. Throughout the night, the AAFCA Top 10 will be unveiled, starting with these 3 amazing films.
Our next presenter is an AAFCA and Image Award winner and a Writers Guild and Sundance Grand Jury Prize nominated writer, director, and producer. Please welcome Rick Famuyiwa.
It's often said that it all begins on the page. And when it comes to telling stories that reflect a Black man's experience, nobody is better suited to sit behind a keyboard than the Black man himself, right? What Cord Jefferson has created is a story that's as interesting and funny as it is heartbreaking and heartwarming. It's just life, you know what I'm saying? And so one of the most amazing qualities about this script, which just won Cord a BAFTA, come on, give it up. One of the most amazing qualities about the script is that audiences from so many different demographics and backgrounds can relate to this script and this movie. And that's because of damn good writing. Please welcome the winner of the AAFCA Award for Best Screenplay, Cord Jefferson.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. This is a tremendous honor. Thank you to Gil Robertson and the AAFCA for this truly wonderful honor. Gosh, there's everybody here, you guys know that I love you. I've thanked you so many times. I'm not going to go through your names one by one. They told us to keep it to 45 seconds. I'm going to try to honor that. I will say thank you to Percival Everett for writing Erasure. Everybody in those bags at your table, there's a copy of Erasure in those bags. And there's a cool sticker on the front of them now that says inspiration for the new movie American Fiction. So Percival's a genius. Read Erasure and then read all of his other books. There's 30 of them. It'll keep you busy for a while. I want to thank my father, who's right there. He's 82 years old this year. He's an 82-year-old man in May. Thank you for teaching me to be resilient and to think for myself, 2 lessons that have served me well in this industry. And then, lastly, I want to thank the critics. I'm a former journalist myself, and I believe that, I truly believe that the most important thing that journalists can do in the year 2024 is make sure that the ultra-wealthy don't control everything. Truly, I think that they're sort of like our last firewall between money taking over all power in the world. And that's a scary proposition. And I think that in a similar vein, what the critics helped us do with this film was shine a light on it early on. This is a small movie. We made it for significantly less than $10 million. We shot it in 26 days. We did not have a huge marketing budget. I really, really appreciate everything Amazon and MGM and Orion have done, and T Street and MRC, all our partners. I don't want to sort of deny that they helped us, but something else that helped us really early on was the critics. From the moment we premiered this film at the Toronto International Film Festival, we had a lot of critics, many of whom were African American, supporting this film from right out of the gate. And that really, really does go a long way. And so thank you so much for the work that you do. It really does help. Films like ours and the people that make in this room really helps us get a leg up in a world that is increasingly dominated by money. And so I really, really appreciate all the work you guys have done. Thank you very much for this honor. It's tremendous. Thank you.
For our next category, we have a tie. Here to introduce our first Best Supporting Actress winner is an AAFCA, Golden Globe, and Grammy winner, and Oscar and Image Award nominee. You'll see her next in the indie drama Exhibiting Forgiveness. Please welcome Andra Day.
Thank you, first of all, AAFCA, for having me and allowing me to be here. It is a great honor to be here tonight. I'm excited to celebrate our stories and highlight the artists who took our breath away, who inspired us this past year. I am so honored and so excited and so grateful to present this award to this incredible gifted actress, to my friend who's always seeking to connect with the audience, and who chooses and cultivates such a wide array of characters that allows every woman to be seen in every one of her performances. Devine knows her nickname for me is Never Not Working, because she is always working. That's the energy she infuses into her work, which we got to experience in her portrayal of Mary Lamb in The Holdovers. She is, yes. I'm very excited about this next part. So she has won a Golden Globe. Please give it up for her. She's earned SAG and Oscar nominations. Please give it up for her. And she also said, let's just throw in a BAFTA for good measure. She won that too, so. She has been incredibly busy this season, but what an incredible time for such an incredible talent, and I would like to add to this script an incredible heart. Please welcome the winner of AAFCA's Best Supporting Actress Award, Divine Joy Randolph.
Hi, everybody. Can y'all hear me? It's okay? I'm a little hoarse, so my apologies. Thank you to the African American Film Critics Association for this honor and for always championing my work. Andra, thank you for your kind words. From the first day that we met on set, I knew you were something else. and that your gifts are not only an actor, but as a singer as well, were fully abundant. It was a joy to play your best friend. It was the easiest job of my life, and half the time I wasn't even acting. Thank you to Alexander Payne and David Hemmingson for the role of Mary. A character with her warmth and depth is the greatest gift you can give an actor, and I am forever grateful. Mary Lamb was a character that felt new and exciting, but also familiar in a very, very beautiful way. In crafting her, I knew I wanted to pay homage to the women in our community. See, sometimes I do this thing, I'm going off script, where I like subliminal messages. You know, there are white people in this room, but I'm gonna tell you a secret. I like to be in productions where we're not as often there to infiltrate. And then when I get there, I want to create roles in which we see things that people can feel attached to. So for example, the bun that she wears as her work look is directly derivative from Wheezy for the first episodes of The Jeffersons. Some of her style is from Roxy Rocker from The Jeffersons. There's an album of Phyllis Hyman where she's in this off-the-shoulder orange caftan in 1970, where she has this little flip and it goes into a bun. That's exactly the hairstyle I asked the lady to do for me for the Christmas moment. I said, people gonna know. It's important. The glasses are my grandmother's glasses that I made sure that the prop guy had. It's important because I want us to feel seen. I want us to feel connected to. No matter what I'm doing, I don't care if they find it annoying, whatever, it is imperative to me because I'm doing it for us. I don't care if they get it or not, I'm doing it for us. I'm going back onto the script now. Okay, there is no Mary without them, and to stand on their shoulders is an honor. See, now that seems out of context because I did the off script. Okay, okay. Finally, I want to say congratulations to Danielle. I have known Danielle for years, and I'm elated to see you get your flowers. My baby, they have no idea. You have just hit the surface. Mwah. Thank you, everyone.
Our next presenter earned Image and SAG Award nominations for her performance as Young Celie in The Color Purple. Please welcome Felicia Pearl Mpasi.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, AAFCA, for inviting me to join you tonight. Being a part of The Color Purple was nothing short of a dream come true for many reasons, but at the tippy top of that list was working with Danielle Brooks. She is so talented in so many ways, and watching her expand her role from the Broadway stage to the big screen was awe-inspiring. And I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that her performance still gives me chills. Not only is she an incredible artist, she is beauty and love personified. She is a friend, a sister, and a light human who leaves a little sparkle everywhere she goes. She's an inspiration to many, and through her work, she makes people feel seen and like they matter. And she did that for me every single day while we filmed, and I'm so grateful. Along with earning an AAFCA Award for Best Supporting Actress, she's been nominated for a BAFTA, a Golden Globe, SAG Award, an Image Award, and an Academy Award. And very rightfully so. Please welcome to the stage the gorgeous and talented, who looks stunning tonight, Danielle Brooks!
So special. Whoa, I'm here. This is happening. Thank you, Felicia, for your beautiful words. Y'all, God be Goddin'. You know, my pastor said God ain't good The food that you ate here, that's good. A party is good, but God is God. And He is showing out in my life. And I'm so grateful for this moment. I want to thank AAFCA for seeing me and allowing me to have this moment to use my voice. I want to thank my beautiful cast of The Color Purple, Fantasia, Taraji Coleman, who's here, Corey Hawkins, Table 11, what's up, y'all? I love y'all. Scott Sanders, our producer, Chris, we went to school. And I just gotta say, the white guy that Ava had pointed out, Finn Whitrock, that's Juilliard, that's mine, okay? That's my friend. But I also want to thank the crew of The Color Purple and Davine Joy Randolph. People don't know this, but it's first of all great to share this with her, but we actually met in the beginning of our careers when she was at Yale and I was at Juilliard. So to get to share this moment with her, it means something, because at the time it felt like there could only be one of us. And that is not true. We're breaking that. So we're both up here winning. It's beautiful, two black, curvy, cornbread fed girls. Okay? Are doing it. I wanted to dedicate this beautiful award gifted to me by my black folk. Ooh, it's so good to be seen, y'all. It is. I want to dedicate this to Annie Edge, who was my godmother. I lost her when I was 15 to cancer, and it was very hard. It was very close to her. She had a heart full of gold. And that same year is when I actually got to see The Color Purple on Broadway. And I had discovered, yo, this is my passion. I got to do this for a living, right? And so she passed away. And 2 years later, I ended up getting accepted into Juilliard. And we did not have the money for my first semester. And Miss Annie Edge left $20,000 in her will for me to attend Juilliard. And so I just want to dedicate this to her, someone who believed in me, who loved on me. This is for her, so thank you.
He's an Emmy-nominated actor, writer, producer, director, and singer whose credits include Law & Order, Being Mary Jane, Bosch, and Good Trouble. Please welcome Richard Brooks.
All right, it's great to be here tonight to gather with peers and celebrate powerful movies and performances. Thank you, AAFCA, for the invitation. I'm excited to present the award for Best Documentary to a film that peels back the layers of racism, exposes myths about the founding of this country, and examines who we truly are as Black people and our role in society. Accepting the AAFCA Award for Best Documentary is executive producer and one of the most culturally impactful storytellers of our time, Mara Brock Akil.
Thank you, Richard. You know, we started out as film family, and I'm just really blessed to know that you are a friend family, and to share this moment with you means so much to me. Good evening. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you, AAFCA, for this recognition. A special shout out to Gil Robertson, who supported us early on our journey of this film. I am honored to be here and receive this award on behalf of my team. Teamwork makes every dream work. And I'd like to start off by acknowledging the incomparable director, Roger Ross Williams, author, Dr. Ibrahim X. Kendi, producer, Elisa Payne, writer, David Teague, One Story Up, and my production company, Story 27, Susie Fitzgerald, Courtney Hollingquest, Ruby Rose Collins are here with me tonight to celebrate. And of course, there's Adam Del Deo, Chloe Gabai, and our partners at Netflix. So, a lot of people wonder, what is Mara doing with a documentary film? Well, stamped from the beginning, though it's my first, it is true that I have built a career by telling the truth through fiction about us. But sometimes you just have to make the truth plain. And that is exactly what we did with Stamped. Blessed to have had the scholarship of Dr. Kendi, we sought to help us all understand where we are in the cesspool of racism. I'd like to leave you with this. Though this film fills a prescription for the healing of racism in our country, it always was and always will be a love letter to Black people. For if we too can purge the racist ideas we have learned and passed on through our generations, that will be a huge step in our collective liberation. Thank you, God bless, and enjoy this beautiful evening.
Our next presenter is an AAFCA Horizon Award winner and CEO of Hidden Empire Film Group. His credits include Black and Blue, and most recently, Fear. Please welcome writer, director, and producer, Deon Taylor.
Good evening, how's everybody doing? All right. I'm having a hard night tonight, man. They just mistake me for Boris Kojo in the back. Twin. Then Gil told me there wasn't gonna be no teleprompter, so I've been studying my lines all night. So this is about the Independent Film of the Year, which I'm very excited to be here to announce. And so I'm gonna read this thing back here because I still didn't get the script right. Getting a film made is a major accomplishment in general, and taking the independent route is not for the faint of heart, but it's all possible. Such was the case with the winner of the AAFCA Award for Best Independent Feature. The film has been nominated for the Image and Independent Spirit Awards too. With the focus on family, survival, and the crushing weight of keeping secrets, this film shines a spotlight on people who often slip through the cracks. Their stories deserve to be told, and their journey to telling their stories is well worth it. Here to accept the AAFCA Award for Best Independent Feature is the writer, director, and executive producer of 1001, A.V. Rockwell. Woo! Come on, A.V.
Thank you, Deon. And thank you, AAFCA. It's my first time here, and this win feels all the more significant because it's a moment of recognition by the community of voices and perspectives that in many ways are the most important for this kind of story. Making 1001 independently afforded me the opportunity to depict the life of Terry and Inez, two children of the foster care system in inner city New York, without compromising on the nuances of the Black experiences. You understood those nuances, layers, and complexity in a way that many of your peers either cannot understand or simply refuse to investigate, so thank you. Thank you for recognizing 1001 and continuing to do all the work that you do to fill in those cultural gaps. Thank you for always giving Black creators our flowers. Y'all beat us up too, but it's all right, it's all right. And briefly speaking on representation, I'm desperate to see more of you too. Making this movie would not have been possible to accomplish alone, and so for that I have to thank my wonderful cast and crew, my producers, Sight and Scene, Hillman Grad, and Make Ready, my distributors, Focus Features, and my team at WME and 2AM. I'd also like to share this award with a dear friend of mine. His name is Michael Latt, and yes. He lost his life tragically 2 months ago, the same night that our film actually was honored for the first time this season. He believed in me from the beginning when I was just the filmmaker of shorts, aspiring to get to this point. And he used his privilege as a Jewish ally to not only champion me, but to fight for marginalized artists in general. So I accept this award in dedication of him tonight. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so y'all remember earlier when I said that if you play an evil black person, you play a role that's mean to black people, then the next role, you got to be a civil rights leader, right? We already established the trend. Danny Glover was Mr., then he was Nelson Mandela. Coleman Domingo was Mr., then he was Bayard Rustin. Our next presenter in the 2000 John Singleton film Shaft tormented black residents of Harlem as the evil, murderous drug dealer Peoples Hernandez. Tiger Woods. You couldn't tell me that dude wasn't a Dominican from uptown New York City. This is Egyptian cotton wool, 220 thread count. This is like half of your shitty ass paycheck, chef. Don't cancel me for that accent. He played an evil drug dealer in Harlem and tormented black people. His next film, he was Dr. King in the movie Boycott. You got to clean it up immediately. Please welcome to the stage a first-time African American Film Critics Association winner, an Emmy winner, a Tony winner, an AFI winner, a Golden Globe Award winner, and an Image, Independent, Spirit, and Oscar nominee, Jeffrey Wright.
Thank you. George C. Wolfe. He is a visionary director, a producer, a writer. He's left an indelible mark across film, television, and theater, embodying excellence, creativity, and a steadfast commitment to amplifying and advocating for social justice and amplifying story and humanity that some in America would like us to believe never existed. While rooted in the realm of theater, he has also made his mark in cinema as a director, most recently with Rustin. A DGA Award and 3-time Tony Award-winning director, he delivered an intriguing and beautiful biopic unpacking the complex and dedicated life of undersung civil rights leader Bayard Rustin. In 2004, he ventured into a new realm as a film director with Lackawanna Blues, an adaptation of Ruben Santiago Hudson's autobiographical play. Since then, he has helmed projects like The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks and also Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which earned 5 Academy Award nominations and 2 wins. George has seamlessly infused his film work with a rhythm, passion, theatrical flair, and intensity reminiscent of his roots in musical theater. His legacy is one of artistic brilliance and unwavering advocacy for diversity and inclusion, and for reminding us of our history and of our journey. The AAFCA Legacy Award honors his exceptional contributions to the arts, celebrating his profound impact on audiences worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, the Legacy Award from AAFCA, I present to George C. Wolfe.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Even though you did brag in an article about it was okay that you missed a cue during Angels in America. I love you, I love you, I love you. I would also like to begin with what is my favorite Russian proverb. Not that I have 20 of them, but the proverb goes, you must support talented people because untalented people will make it without your support. It has been a source of joy. Thank you for this award. This award means so much to me. I spend most of my time on the East Coast, so thank you so much, West Coast, for honoring me and welcoming me, and I'm really, really honored. But the real joy of my life is going into the room with brilliant, passionate, hardworking, probably a little bit crazy artists, and they give everything they have, and you talk and you engage. And I feel that way about most of the people that I have worked with. There are a few, but they'll be in the book. You'll read that. But also, it's also my responsibility. It's not a noble thing to do. It's a joyful thing to do. It's a joyful thing to find somebody come into a rehearsal after I've seen every single black person on the planet to be a part of Angels in America, and it's this brilliant man like here who is transformational and unbelievable. It is a source of joy to cast Coleman Domingo in a role so the entire world can see what an astonishing artist it is. It's joy. That's joy. It is a joy going out to Brooklyn and seeing Susan Laurie Parks' play, and I said, I'm not running a theater, but I'm going to do your work one day. And I ended up running a theater, and I ended up doing her work. It is a great, 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 great feeling. If I'm receiving a legacy, it's because early in my career, people cleared the way. People knocked down walls. C. Bernard Jackson from the Inner City Cultural Center in Los Angeles. I gave him 4 pages and an outline on an envelope. I think I was working out some Abraham Lincoln shit. And he said, go write that play and we'll do it. When I was at NYU, this incredibly racist, horrible woman wouldn't let me into a certain class. Peter Stone, who was teaching the class, said, I won't teach it unless he's a student there. So it is all of our jobs, if we achieve any level of responsibility, to shatter resistance. Because that person who you are letting in the room, that person who you are nurturing, that person who you are giving time and energy could very well save a moment in a play, could very well save a country, could very well save a planet. We are servants. We are servants of humanity. And it is our job, all of our jobs, to do the best, most pure version of what we do. Needed act, need to be writing, need to be healing, whatever it is, because there are many, many, many dark forces out there. And as long as there is art, and as long as we are digging into history, and as long as we are celebrating those people who came before us, frequently people who had to fight to be called human, so that that all of us get to be called artists, we must do it. We must do it. We must do it, because the forces are gathering. But so what? So is the art. So is the truth, and so is the light. Thank you very much.
Our next presenter is an actress and producer and the co-founder and artistic director of Amazing Grace Conservatory. Please welcome Wendy Raquel Robinson.
Hey, y'all. I'm having a moment. Thank you, Gil Robertson and AAFCA. I'm honored to be here to celebrate great movies and talent. And what a beautiful room of people this is. And by definition, a musical is a performance art that combines song, dialogue, acting, and dance. So when a musical makes its way from the stage to the big screen, it takes on a whole nother level. That is definitely the case for The Color Purple. So, whether it's on the page, on the big screen, on stage, or as a musical on the big screen, the story has kept us all captivated for decades. So, here to accept the AAFCA Award for Best Musical for their masterful work on The Color Purple are Scott Sanders, Danielle Brooks, Felicia Pearl Mpasi, and Coleman Domingo.
I'll be back up here.
Hi, I'm Scott.
I'm Coleman.
You know Coleman. We share this honor with the entire family of the Color Purple film, including our fellow producers, Oprah Winfrey, Steven Spielberg, Quincy Jones, everyone at Warner Brothers, and the too many brilliant artists to list who are part of this film, so I'll just name the ones who are here. Of course, Mr. Coleman Domingo, Felicia Pearl Mpasi, Fatima Robinson you saw earlier, our choreographer, Stephen Bray, Nick Baxter, Jordan Carroll, Chris Bowers, and finally Danielle Brooks, whose electrifying and transcendent performance as Sophia will be remembered and talked about for years to come. We also want to thank Alice Walker for entrusting us to reimagine Celie's journey. And by empowering director Blitz Bazawule and screenwriter Marcus Gardley to take audiences for the first time inside Celie's tenacious, imaginative, brilliant, and beautiful mind. To AAFCA, thank you for your ongoing support of Alice's beloved novel in all of its iterations. And thank you for so diligently fulfilling your mission to recognize films that highlight the Black experience year in and year out under Gil's expert leadership. I know firsthand how hard this industry can make it to tell these stories, to even get a green light, let alone adequate resources. The spotlight you shine and the perspectives you bring really do move the needle in meaningful ways. Finally, as a white producer to whom your stories have meant everything, I want to take a moment to thank every Black storyteller here tonight in this room. That you continue to share your culture, your heritage, your experiences with the world, despite the roadblocks and obstacles that are often put in your way, is an incredible act of generosity. So thank you. That world has been made a better place because of your art and your indomitable perseverance. Having had the opportunity to play a small part in that betterment has been the greatest honor of my life. Thank you.
Okay, so we all grew up watching movies, all different types of movies, especially animated movies. If you watched anything like The Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty, 101 Dalmatians, or more recently Monsters, Inc., then you know this brother's work. And what you might not know is that this brother has had a magic hand behind the scenes of so many of your favorite animated films for decades. He's an animator and a writer, and his name is Floyd Norman. Crazy resume, Floyd Norman. Just found out backstage, the first Black employee at Disney. That's not even a joke. The first Black employee at Disney. Do you understand? He was the first one. He had to go in the break room and introduce, let me just stop. His resume is so crazy and deep, so much so that AAFCA has named the Best Animation Award in his honor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage legendary animator Floyd Norman, joined by Vice President of Manufacturing, Nissan Cannon Vehicle Assembly Plant, Nissan US, Victor Taylor. Please welcome Floyd and Victor Taylor.
Thank you, AAFCA, for putting together that video. You know, when you're busy doing the work, you sometimes forget the impact it has on people. These films take a while to make, years. But it's great to know that we can actually touch people with these crazy cartoons. And it's nice to know that I've been able to sort of pave the way for a new generation of animation filmmakers. My pals like Peter Ramsey and Kim Powers, good example. You know, it's really been an honor to do this job, to do this work, and I truly appreciate the opportunity I've had. And to have this award named after me is truly a blessing. Thank you.
Mr. Norman, it is an honor and a privilege to stand by you on the stage. Your work has educated us, it's entertained us throughout the years, but I think most importantly, your journey, and as we just saw, it shows creative people there's so many opportunities. So I really appreciate that. But I think the one thing that comes to mind is the fantasies and the adventures that you take us on with beloved characters like Spider-Man. Here to accept the award for the Floyd Norman AAFCA Award for Best Animation, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is the executive team of animation.
We are the executive team of animation, apparently. So we'd like to first say what an honor it is to share the stage with you, Mr. Norman. You're a legend. The Sword and the Stone was one of the reasons that I started doing this in the first place, so thank you. Want to thank Sony for letting us cook. This film was a year late, so they let us cook and cook and cook. We want to acknowledge the fact that, we get to stand up here, but this film really is a collaborative effort. It was more than 1,000 artists, international artists that brought so much of themselves and so much uniqueness and so much diversity, truly, to telling Miles' story. So we thank you. Kemp, please.
Yeah, for those who don't know, we're not the executive team. We're two of the directors. That's Joaquin. I'm Kemp. So, it really is a tremendous honor to receive an award named after such a trailblazer as Floyd Norman. People like me, specifically, will always stand on the shoulders of icons like you, Floyd. Thank you so much for kicking the door open and being the first, and thank goodness there's now a lot more, but still nowhere near enough. Our incredible Spider-Verse crew poured their hearts and souls into telling an intimate story about a half-black, half-Puerto Rican kid and his family. And we are so humbled that people from every walk of life, everywhere in the world, felt seen in a film that to all of us felt so personal. We've said it all throughout. Miles Morales is Spider-Man. He's not Peter Parker dipped in chocolate. He's Spider-Man. And we are And it's been really humbling seeing how many, for a lot of young people who've approached us through this whole journey, Miles is like their first and only Spider-Man. So like I can't overstate the power of that. So thanks again to all of our crew for creating something we hope has a lasting impact, not only on animation, but also on cinema. And thank you so much to the African American Film Critics Association for shining a light on the work we do, and honestly for picking up on all the great dog whistles we put into our film. So thank you for this award.
Our next presenter is an Oscar and Emmy-winning director, producer, writer, and actor. Please welcome Trayvon Free.
How you doing, everybody? You guys good? Get some more coffee. There's like 12 awards left back there I saw on the table. So buckle up, folks. I'm happy to be here tonight to present the award for Best Short Film. As a writer and short film director myself, I admit to being partial to this medium. Short film is often described as an original motion picture that has a running time of 40 minutes or less. Crafting a compelling story with such a tight window is no small feat, and yet the winner of the Best Short Award accomplished this mission masterfully in just 18 minutes. It's emotional and gripping and unforgettable. And along with earning the AAFCA Award, the film has been nominated for an Oscar. There's nothing in the prompter, but I do know I am presenting this award, the AAFCA Award for Best Short Film, to the star and producer of the actor, David Oyelowo.
Thank you, everyone. As Danielle said, God be Godding. See, not everything sounds good in an English accent. It's not everything, not everything. I am just so grateful that the African American Film Critics Association exists. One of the reasons is, if we were to choose to make something as weird and flighty as Poor Things, there's a group of critics that we don't have to explain or apologize about that too. That's very meaningful. Saying yes to making this film was not an easy decision, having been through my own grief journey with the loss of my parents. I very much resisted the call to show that kind of vulnerability on film while I was still in the middle of my own learnings of how mourning and loss creep up on and overwhelm you when you least expect it. Our director, Miss Ann Harriman, is the reason I said yes. Rarely have I encountered an artist with his level of emotional intelligence, innate kindness, and uncompromising vision. I felt safe in his hands, and the film is a testament to a bond of trust between collaborators. So thank you, Miss Ann. Thank you also to AAFCA for rewarding our labors with this recognition. It is especially appreciated as you are the critics I truly, truly value. Thank you, Netflix, for facilitating a story that is not an easy sell or an easy yes. And thank you to a magnificent cast and crew who did this more for love than for gain. And also thank you to my fellow producer, Nikki Bentham, for her tirelessness and tenacity. Lastly, I want to thank my mom and dad. The depth of the loss my brothers and I feel is because of the breadth of love they gave. I love you, Mommy. I love you, Daddy. Thank you.
Our next presenter is an AAFCA winner and an Image Award and Sundance Special Jury Prize nominated director, writer, and producer. His latest film is Bob Marley. one love. Please welcome Ronaldo Marcus Green.
Thank you, AAFCA, for inviting me to present an award to a filmmaker whose first feature got folks talking and debating and laughing about the parallels with real life and the power of art. He began his career as a journalist, and after making the transition to television writing and producing, he turns his attention to writing and directing for the big screen. That's how we got to American Fiction. The film has received 5 Oscar nods, including 2 for Cord Jefferson, who's been crowned as AAFCA's emerging filmmaker. Please join me in welcoming the winner of AAFCA's Emerging Filmmaker Award, Cord Jefferson.
I'd planned to thank Alana Mayo, but she went to the bathroom. So I'm not gonna wait for her to come back. I'll thank her in her absence. The reason I wanted to thank Alana is because, somebody was asking me earlier on the press line what job I think, where we need more black people in this industry. It's everywhere, obviously, but I think especially we need black people who can greenlight stuff. That made all the difference for us. When we took this movie out for distribution, we got a lot of effusive praise about the script. We got a lot of effusive praise about Jeffrey Wright, who was attached at the time. And we said, great, would you give us the money to distribute it? And the vast majority of people said no. They didn't want to take a risk on it, despite the fact they were regularly making $200 million movies. And ours was a fraction of that. And look, correlation does not equal causation. I don't think that just because Alana's black, that's why she bought the movie, but I don't think that it hurt. I think that something that a lot of people pay lip service in this industry to trying to bring in marginalized voices and to sort of like bring in underrepresented storytellers. And the thing that I think those people forget is that in order to bring in marginalized voices, you have to take a risk. The reason that those voices are marginalized is because they have not yet been given an opportunity to show the talents and the skills that they have. And so you have to take a risk to bring in marginalized voices. And too few people actually go through with that. There's a lot of talk about it, but then when it comes to actually sort of taking a risk, people are afraid. And so I really, really, really appreciate Alana taking a risk on this film. I really do. It's changed my life. And then I also wanted to thank Jeffrey Wright, who also took a risk. I'd never directed anything before this film. I'd never written a film before I wrote this film. And there was a lot of people who were reluctant to sign on. And the first person that I sent it to was Jeffrey, whose work I have loved since I was a boy, and I watched him play Jean-Michel Basquiat. Look, man, I was a young man. I was a little boy. It's all right. I love Jeffrey so much that I'm slowly morphing into him, if you guys can see that. But Jeffrey signing on to the film really changed the winds of our fortunes. Immediately, people were willing, the financiers were willing to come up with more money for the film. Other actors like the incredible Sterling K. Brown, the incomparable Eric Alexander, the wonderful John Ortiz, all of whom are with us tonight. They were eager to jump aboard too because Jeffrey legitimized the movie in a very real way and changed my life in the process. So When Alana comes back from the bathroom, is that her right there? No, I'm sorry. When Alana comes back from the bathroom, don't tell her anything that I said about her. It's her fault for missing it. So thank you all so much.
Our next winner is Emmy Award-winning casting director, producer, and executive, Robbie Reed.
Hello. Hey, how's everybody doing? Well, good evening, everyone. I have attended this event many times over the years, and tonight I am thrilled to present the award for a category I know well. Assembling an ensemble cast is a delicate dance. It begins with understanding the story and the characters that inhabit it. Then comes the task of matching actors with those characters and ensuring that they understand the material and have chemistry with each other. There's also the matter of balancing veteran actors with newcomers. And when the casting is done right, what you see on screen feels so real and so natural. That's exactly what audiences experienced when they were transported back in time to the early 1900s in rural Georgia. Yeah, please join me with welcoming the winners of AAFCA's Best Ensemble Award, the cast of The Color Purple, Danielle Brooks, Felicia Pearl Impapse, and Coleman Domingo.
Thank you so very much for this ensemble award. I just wanted to tell a little story about that very scene that you saw, which was shot 5 different times, because we were shooting it, during COVID, and every so often people were getting sick, and we had to just shoot one angle and done another angle, and keep coming back with that same rigor and intense Easter Sunday scene. So, and it was done with so much love, so much grace, so much patience. Many people were exhausted at times. It was a really hard and arduous shoot. But I think what our producers and what Blitz wanted to create was a true family. People who had to go to the depths to do some really deep, traumatic work, exploring generational trauma, abuse, and really hold each other. And I think that's what they did, and I feel very blessed to be a part of it.
Okay. All right. It will never be lost on me, the privilege that I have to take up space, to be invited to take up space in front of many people that I've been inspired by for a long time, and I think that's the magic of an ensemble. People at the top of their game and the height of their career, like Coleman, giving and teaching people that are just getting started, like me, when he so kindly stopped during a take and said, well, we can't go on. She's in my light. We have to stop.
You have to teach the young. You have to teach them.
Coming together to create work. Please! Now you're in my light, please! Look, this is a legacy piece, and I'm so grateful. I think we as a cast are so grateful that we've been honored to, keep the legacy of Miss Alice Walker's work going, to span generations and generations to come. And it's a legacy story of Black women that have been disenfranchised and Black men that are working through being broken and being hurt. And I think our film is helping heal all of those stories and that narrative. So thank you all so much. How dare you?
She's a principal dancer with American Ballet Theater, a best-selling author, philanthropist, producer, and newly minted AAFCA winner. Please welcome Misty Copeland.
Hello again. I am so excited and so honored to be here to present the AAFCA Award for Breakout Performance. Believe me, I know that breaking in is never easy. I also know that nothing is impossible, especially when you're armed with phenomenal talent. In Killers of the Flower Moon, Lily Gladstone takes the lead as Molly, an Osage woman and a survivor. Even while holding her own alongside Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, and director Martin Scorsese, her goal was clear: to tell the stories of the indigenous people who shaped the foundational fabric of modern society. For her heartfelt portrayal, she's received praise and nominations from critics around the country, won a Golden Globe, and earned a Screen Actors Guild nomination. She's also the first Native American actress to be nominated for an Oscar as Best Actress. Please join me in welcoming the winner of AAFCA's Breakout Performance Award, and I have to say, former ballerina, my friend Lily Gladstone.
This is beautiful. Okineksokoik, hello my friends. Netaneko pitaki. Netaneko sakaki suman. My name is Eagle Woman, and this room is the first room to learn publicly that my baby name was Glacier Lily. I figure I had to say that because Jason Rembert here put me in yellow tonight. And sakaki suman, even though it means Glacier Lily, kind of translates to breakout. Mother's first love. Glacier lilies pop through the snow in the spring. They generate their own heat and burst through as yellow. And for us, that's a color of new beginnings, of life, of healing. And I just am so touched to be holding this award in this room this evening. Like it's been said so many times tonight, sorry. AAFCA, African American Film Critics Association, you all see the work. You see it without having to have it spelled out for you. And I think we all are pretty familiar with that, what that is, having to justify what we're doing on screen, the kind of stories we're telling, the kind of women who are the backbones of our community and the way they hold themselves in film. It may read differently to a lot of other people who are watching stories differently, but you all have seen the work, you continue to see the work. I love all of the intersections in me holding this evening. I mean, Misty here, like she said, I was a ballerina. Again, thanks for making me look like a ballerina tonight, Jason. And I was inspired by Maria Tallchief as a little girl. America's first prima ballerina was an Osage woman from Fairfax, Oklahoma. Another breakout, who also is married to George Balanchine and co-founded the New York City Ballet, you know, pretty foundational. I think it's just incredible that at this point in film history, we have these kinds of stories being told at this level. The Reign of Terror, I think a lot of people in this room probably understand the significance of the month of May in 1921. On the evening of May 21st, Anna Brown, Molly Burkhart's sister, got into a car with a man named Byron Burkhart, and that was the last anybody had seen her. Not 9 days later, not 50 miles away, Dick Rowland got into an elevator with a woman named Sarah something. But these two histories of the Osage Reign of Terror and of the Tulsa Race Massacre, the bombing of Black Wall Street, happened within days and within miles of each other, and likely at the hands of the same people who did not want to see non-white people hold power, hold money, hold themselves, hold their communities up. but we do that for each other. It's in the zeitgeist now, and I'm so happy that we can really claim and say that Indigenous sovereignty is hand in hand with Black liberation. In truth, it always has been, and that's the way that we move forward together. Thank you so much for uplifting every artist in this room, for making the kind of work that has made me feel seen, even if it's not directly a lens pointed into the communities that I grew up in. I feel seen by your work. I have expanded because of your artistry. I'm just so blessed to be here. Thank you all so much for what you do, and let's all keep moving forward and keep breaking down doors and keep breaking expectations, keep shattering stereotypes, and keep creating art. Thank you all.
Our next presenter is a SAG Award winner and a BAFTA and Independent Spirit Award nominee. Currently, he stars in Genius, MLK-X. Please welcome Kelvin Harrison Jr.
This is so cool. Okay, so thank you, AAFCA, for the opportunity to speak about an actor whom I truly admire, and I've had the amazing privilege of being able to witness do what he does best. As a titan of theater, film, and television, Jeffrey Wright has created, yes, let's go! Jeffrey Wright has created an incredible legacy defined by versatility, depth, and unparalleled dedication to his craft. His Tony, Emmy, AFI, and Golden Globe award-winning performances have mesmerized audiences for decades. Jeffrey's portrayal of writer Thelonious Monk Ellison in Court Jefferson's American Fiction stands as a testament to his prowess and earned him his first Oscar nomination. That's crazy. So, for Rustin, he was directed by his longtime collaborator, George C. Wolfe, and presented an authentic portrayal of Adam Clayton Powell Jr., the first African American to represent New York in Congress. So Jeffrey has left an enduring impression on the world of cinema through his portrayal of iconic characters, from his role as Jim Gordon in Batman and his portrayal of Jean-Michel Basquiat in Basquiat, the latter in which the film critic Robert Ebert praised as almost mystical opacity. That's cool. He also starred in as a CIA agent Felix Leiter in James Bond installment No Time to Die, and as programming specialist Bernard Lowe on the long-running series Westworld. Shut up! So while he has a commanding presence in cinema, it was theater where Jeffrey gained prominence for his role as nurse named Belize in the 1993 Broadway production of Tony Kushner's Angels in America, for which he won a Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a Play. His exceptional body of work has earned him the esteemed AAFCA Film Legend Award, which is a fitting recognition for an artist of his caliber. Y'all, please join me in welcoming AAFCA's Legend Award honoree, Jeffrey Wright!
Goodness. Wow. Thank you to the African American Film Critics Association. Thank you, Gil Robertson, for this. Sterling, I think I'm going to draft off of some of your remarks. You as well, Cord. Sterling, you talked about this kind of period of self-reflection and growth. There is a line in The Dresser which to my mind is the film that best captures what it is to be an actor. Albert Finney, playing this blustery, brilliant Shakespearean actor, says these horrible words: "The critics hate the critics. I have nothing but compassion for them. How can one hate the crippled, the mentally deficient, and the dead?" I've been changed. This night. Let me just say right now that after this moment, I will never again in my life roll on the floor laughing out loud at that line. Tears streaming down my face. Never again. Not sure how or why I ever did that. Critics are great. Love critics. Actually, to your point, Cord, we are indebted to the critics, especially to the members of AAFCA for their early and vigorous support of our film American Fiction. Small budgeted film, but a film telling a big and timely story, we think, and about a writer, after all, that no doubt resonates in personal ways with many of the writers here tonight, many of the critics. So I'm grateful for that support and for this honor, even though I don't think I'm old enough to be honored in this way. So I will just take this to mean that I'm precocious. Thank you for that, too. Angels in America has been mentioned. There's a line in which Tony Kushner writes in the play, "Everyone who makes it in this world makes it because someone older and more powerful takes an interest." If I have made it, it's because I had many such people early in my career take an interest in me. And they were artists, largely, who shared with me their work and their guidance, and I am indeed indebted to all of them, but chief among them was George Seawolf. I love you, George, and you have been an absolute North Star for me. Thank you. George taught me everything that I know. Just ask him. George and many others during my career taught me what this work is about. And I stand here now owing to those lessons and to the most recent work of my director and writer on American Fiction, Cord Jefferson, whose vision for our film, my brilliant castmates, Sterling K. Brown, Erica Alexander, John Ortiz, Tracy Ellis Ross, and of course, the one and only, the legendary Leslie Uggams only strove to serve. Thank you, Cord. And thank you, Alana Mayo. You missed the love notes from Cord and the thanks, but thank you and Orion Pictures and everyone at MRC and T Street and Amazon MGM who have supported us and our film with energy that I have never before experienced in my career on a film on which I led. People ask about, well, Basquiat. Basquiat was pulled from the theaters quite early in what was a successful run. So for the support that you have shown me and our film, I am absolutely grateful. Thank you. You have made the difference. And And Cord, you're absolutely right. Alana, you'll have to ask Cord what he said about you, but he was absolutely right. And thank you to my agent, Jimmy Darmody, for being my corner man, my Irish Bundini Brown for 25 plus years now. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you to Shannon Barr, my publicist, for making sure, for helping me manage the chaos lately of where I'm supposed to be on any given day. Thank you, Shannon. And finally, I am standing here only because I've done my best to carry on in the tradition of those who came before me. Artists who inspired me, like Bert Williams, Sidney Poitier, Diana Sands, Cicely Tyson, Red Fox, Gene Wilder. I know he's not black, but there was that scene. There's the scene in Silver Streak with Richard Pryor and the shoe polish that I reference directly in American fiction. So, as George says often, respect the source. But it is my hope that I have done well with the artistic freedom that those who have come before me have earned on our behalf and have left for all of us. And I take this as an indication that I've done okay. So thank you very much. Thank you.
She's an Independent Spirit, an AAFCA winner, and an Oscar, BAFTA, and Golden Globe Award nominee. Please welcome Ruth Negga.
Good evening, everyone. What an absolute thrill it is to be here tonight, and what an honor to be asked to present the AAFCA Award for Best Actor. What an incredible year this man has had. In addition to his acting, he's a prolific writer, director, and producer. He's also an Oscar nominee. And since the beginning of his decades-long career, whenever he's between projects, he returns to being a citizen of the world. He's a journeyman, if you will. This skill, together with his life experiences, lend his performances an integrity and authenticity that is beautiful and breathtaking to witness. Please join me in welcoming the winner of the AAFCA's Best Actor Award, Colman Domingo.
Thank you so much, dear Ruth Negga. I really appreciate you. You're such a tremendous artist in your own right. Thank you. Thank you to Gil, and thank you to AAFCA. I appreciate it so much. I thank my Netflix team, my Higher Ground team. And I wanted to say that this portrayal of Bayard Rustin is actually three men. And that is my director, George C. Wolfe, and all the heart and humanity and interrogation and work ethic that he demands, and I appreciate you for that. It's also, whatever I call on from my higher power and my spirit to infuse it, and it's also Bayard Rustin, this unsung American hero. When I watch that work, I see 3-minute work. I see us really on the shoulders of one another, and we're helping each other to tell our stories and to make sure that we own our power, and we stand in rooms that don't usually invite us in, and we stand strong with our intelligence and our wit and our sexuality and our humor and our humanity, and we demand to be seen all together. I thank you so very much, George, for giving me the opportunity of my lifetime to tell Bayard's story so that people will always know who Bayard Rustin is. And then when you look at Bayard Rustin, I want you to interrogate the people to the left and the right, to the Diane Nashes and to the James Orange and the A. Philip Randolphs, and all these other ordinary human beings trying to do something extraordinary just by doing something to make the world a better place, just doing what was in front of them. That's all it is. This film truly is a clarion call to all of us right now to take part in our democracy, to not feel like that it's futile and that we don't have a choice or an opportunity, but we can just do something small. If it's nothing but just saying hi and hello and expressing something human to the person that you don't even know. And like George has said, and I will leave you with this, it's one of the most profound things that you've said that stays with me on this whole ride of getting Rustin out to people in the world. It doesn't have to look like you to be about you. Thank you.
Our next presenter is a film and television producer and the CEO and publisher of Ebert Digital. Please welcome Chaz Ebert.
Thank you. It is getting toward the end of the evening. I wasn't supposed to say that. I'm just supposed to say I am really happy to be here, and I am. I'm going to put on my glasses so I can see. These aren't the distance glasses. So I'm going to ad-lib a little bit. This is such a special evening and such a special event. And I have to tell you, I'm part of the African American Film Critics Association, and I wrote an article saying, "Thank you for this year of Black men in cinema. I haven't seen it for so long." And with people like Coleman Domingo and Jeffrey Wright and Sterling K. Brown and George Wolfe and Cord Jefferson, I mean, just so many others, Corey Hawkins, and okay. I have to stop naming names because I am actually up here to tell you about the Black women in cinema this year. And one in particular, and this is serious. I don't know if my sister Ava is still here. Ava, my sister, I have to tell you before I tell who this award is for. You reach back. The thing I love about you, besides your talent, you are so compassionate and so kind and so generous. You reach back and you bring people with you. You've done it more. I've watched you for years, and tonight I watched you on this stage again. You were getting the award, but you said more about Debbie Allen. That's so generous and so kind, and that's you, and I love you for it. And your film origin was brilliant. And I can say it tonight because, no, I'm not going to say it tonight. I'm just going to go with, I'll tell you privately. What we witnessed on screen with the range of emotion was so rich and so full. I am really sorry. I really can't read that. If I speak from the heart, what I will say is this. I watched Anjanoo Ellis Taylor go through so many emotions in that film. She was in deep grief, and yet her journalistic instincts took over. She was able to take us from one thing about research. She was able to take us and channel Isabel Wilkerson's brilliant book about caste in this world. She took us from the Nazis in Germany to the caste system in India to the racism in America, and she did it all brilliantly.
Thank you so much to Gil Robertson and the African American Film Critics Association. It is my zeal as an actor and as a Black woman to make this organization proud. And I am so thankful that you would honor me in this way. I hate that I could not be there with you this evening, but just know it is not any indication of my heart. I want to acknowledge my creative family, Andrea Nelson Miggs, Tina Thor, and Ian Ames. I want to acknowledge my blood, my spirit, Sasha Taylor Barnes and Stan Jones. I want to acknowledge my Mississippi heroes, Jacqueline Taylor, Murders Taylor, and Fannie Lou Hamer. I want to acknowledge the directors who set me on this path, Christine Swanson, Misha Green, and Ronaldo Marcus Green. Allow me, everyone, a second to read a love letter. Dear Ava, we often bemoan interruptions, the paths we are on daily that soothe us and comfort us, our rituals and routines we dare not deviate from. And then you came crashing into my life, exploding banality and fear, and putting me on a path of the unexpected and the breathtaking. My breathing body will only be a memory, but my gratitude for what you have made happen in my life, just like your brilliant work, will live as long as there are rituals like setting suns and art made from courageous hearts. Thank you to my tremendous, outstanding, brilliant director and this wonderful organization that always encourages me. Thank you so much.
And it's my honor to accept this on Anjanou Ellis Taylor's behalf. I'll make sure she gets it. Thank you.
All right, put your phones up. I see y'all trying to check for Ubers. I've been in the back watching y'all ass. We only got two or three more awards here. Coming to the stage now to present our next award is a producer, writer, and an entertainment industry pioneer. Please welcome two-time Emmy Award winner, Oscar nominee, and winner of AFI's TV Producer of the Year Award, Suzanne DePass.
Breakfast at my house. Okay. When I first got to Hollywood, under the protective umbrella of Motown Records, a room like this could never have been imagined. We might have been able to fill up 2 tables. And it is so gratifying and wonderful for me to participate this evening, having witnessed the very slow but nonetheless relentless march toward this room. And I am ever grateful to the organization of AAFCA and what work is being done here, because believe me, in those dark ages when dinosaurs ruled the world, there was none of this. So I am here to present the award for Best Drama. And for the few remaining people here, if you haven't seen Origin, don't walk, don't run, jet to the movie theater or to whatever streaming service to see this incredible, incredible work. I like to think of myself as a pretty clever gal. And I consumed Isabel Wilkerson's cast. And in no time did I ever imagine a film that could be made from this wonderful work. And so it is with unbridled enthusiasm and heartfelt just admiration that I say to Ava DuVernay, hats off to you, girl, because you saw something and brought what is so incredible and so important in this work to the audience. And I only hope that the people who need to see this, not want to see it, but who need to see it, will find a way to view it, because it is that important and vital in the world that we live in today. And here to accept the AAFCA Award for Best Drama, and not only Best Drama, but I think Best Motion Picture, period, is the writer, director, and producer of Origin, Ava DuVernay.
So fun. Hi, folks. There's 7 of us here. We're going to hang in there. We've got it. I invited the people who are so critical to this film existing to come up on the stage with me. But I have to say, do we not all know who this queen is? President of Motown Productions. Most people would talk about Lady Sings the Blues for the fact that she received the Academy Award nomination for co-writing the screenplay. But I love the fact that she was in the room and approved, might have written, somehow was involved with the line, "You want my arm to fall off?" Do we know this line? Nobody knows this line from the movie? She's won 2 Emmys and an Image Award as the executive producer of Motown 25. Who was alive to actually see it happen in person where Michael Jackson moonwalked? She produced that. Lonesome Dove, landmark series. But also my favorite. One of my favorite films. When people ask me one of my favorite films, I will say The Temptations with a straight face. I don't care. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Do we not know? Thank you. I'm just saying, this is an icon. Thank you, Gil Robertson, for having Suzanne DePaz hand us this award. Incredible. I just want to thank my family. My mom is here. Thank you, Mommy. And my brother, Nicholas May, who knows more people in Hollywood than I do. This only matters to see the pride in your faces in moments like this. And I hope the families of everyone who touched this film are proud, especially the people standing on this stage with me. I just have to shout them out quickly. There's a woman here named Regina Miller. She has lived many lives. She was a rockette, okay? But now she's our head of all things to do with our nonprofit Array Alliance, and she was instrumental. She made this film possible through her tenacity and fortitude to raise the budget for us to be able to be independent idealists and make this film our way outside of the studio system. There were no studio notes. There was no one to greenlight. She got us that money, and we were able to go out and make this film. Thank you, Regina Miller, for letting us stay independent, truly independent. Liz Bieber, when there were challenges with the campaign for this film, Liz joined with Array and fought hard to give it the little bit of light that we had. And I just want to thank you, Liz Bieber, for being by my side on the road and being the most tenacious. I used to be a publicist, okay? Oh my God, you didn't come on stage? No. No, okay. She just said, am I insane? Yes, get up here. Liz Bieber, no one cheers for the publicist. Cheer for the publicist. We had nothing. She gave it to us. Telaine Jones is the president of Array. She's the foundation and the core of our organization. She keeps everything real and rooted. She worked tirelessly to make sure that we can maintain our own liberated territory at Array. I'm grateful for you every single day. Chris Bowers. The musical tapestry of the film was in your hands, my brother. You excelled at everything I asked in a very short amount of time with such heart and such kindness. He's just a sweetie. He's also an Academy Award nominee as a director in the short documentary category. This, if there are any voters in the room, just see the film. You should see the film. He's nominated. Yeah. It's called The Last Barbershop. The Last Repair Shop. It's very good. It's not about a barbershop. Spencer Averick. Spency, you hear Elaine saying Spency? The man I spent the most time with in the dark in my whole life. It could be a sad thing, but it's really quite joyous. He's my editor and my friend. Spencer Averick has edited everything I've ever directed. From Selma to A Wrinkle in Time, to Queen Sugar, to When They See Us, and now Origin. My dreams for our films live within our relationship. Thank you for always being with me, being for me, being next to me, and I hope you know that I'm always with you and for you and next to you. Thank you, Spencer. Finally, Paul Garnes is my producing partner. We shot Origin together in 37 days on 3 continents. You embraced a screenplay I handed you that spans 7 time periods across 400 years. You are a rock star of a producer, a mountain of integrity, a beacon of wisdom every day. When we face the film together, you hold hands with me to make it so. Thank you for your partnership, Paul Garnes. Origin is about a simple idea that everyone matters. What we think and believe matters. Everything we do and say matters. Everything we don't do and say matters. The film is about resistance and triumph, so let's keep resisting so that we can triumph. Thank you very much.
Here to present our final award is an AAFCA winner and Emmy-nominated producer who also serves as president of the Producers Guild of America. Her latest projects include the drama Exhibiting Forgiveness and her first documentary, Billy Preston, That's the Way God Planned It. Please welcome Stephanie Allain.
Oh my God, it's been such a night. Thank you guys for staying. This has been so fun. It's just wonderful to be in a room where we can celebrate each other. Thank you, Gil. Thank you to AAFCA. I am honored to present the AAFCA Award for Best Film. Cord Jefferson's hilarious and thought-provoking debut confronts our culture's obsession with tired and offensive tropes, and I know the people in this room know what I'm talking about. We have been through it. Jeffrey Wright, amazing actor, his monk is fed up with the establishment's profiting from black entertainment, so he decides to write his own outlandish book. Here to accept the award again. He's coming up here again. It is the Best Film Award for American Fiction, is writer, director, and PGA-marked producer, Cord Jefferson.
Get on up here. I've been talking too much, and I'm worried that if I talk anymore, people are going to start throwing things at me, so I'm going to let Jermaine Johnson, one of our wonderful...
Sometimes producing is doing the job nobody else wants to do. I mean, thank you to the African American Film Critics Association for seeing us, and I think, saying yes to us early and often. I find myself realizing that this business is built on people saying no. And, you guys said yes a lot and early. So to thanks to more people that said yes, Ben and Nikos, these 2 guys that said yes to a script with the F word on the title page that everybody was afraid of. Thanks to our partners at MRC for writing a check for a small movie about a beautifully complicated black family with some big ideas wrapped around it. Thank you to
Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright, Jeffrey Wright, Jeffrey Wright. For taking a shot on a first-time director with a vision and just a passion, but hadn't directed anything, not even Traffic, yeah? Thank you to Sterling, Erica, John, Leslie, who's not here, Tracy, our entire cast for playing in the sandbox with us in Boston for 26 days during a pandemic. Thank you to Alana Mayo and MGM and Orion for believing that this film deserved to be in theaters. And thank you to all of you for getting up and saying yes every day. You're my heroes, my inspiration, my co-conspirators, my collaborators, and the fact that y'all get up and say yes every day gets me up to say yes every day. So thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your announcer, Tammy Mack. And now, please give a warm welcome to AAFCA co-founder and president, Gil L. Robertson IV.
I swear to you, this is it, really. We want to first start off by thanking our sponsors, without whom none of this would be possible. So Morgan Stanley Sports and Entertainment Wealth, Nissan, Comcast, Netflix, Sony Pictures Entertainment, Amazon, Focus. The list truly goes on and on and on, and we definitely appreciate you. I'd like to thank our members. And I forgot about Warner Brothers. I'd like to thank our AAFCA members for, you guys are here. Oh, okay. I didn't even see you guys. Okay, and our wonderful production team for putting all of this together. Congratulations to all of our winners. Thank you, Tammy Mack. You did a great job. And last but certainly not least, Roy, we couldn't have asked for a more exciting host. Thank you for coming back to hang with us. We appreciate you for doing what you do. Thank you, and you guys enjoy the rest of your night.
We had a good time. We had a good time. Thank you to everybody. Thank you so much. We told you was gonna have a good time tonight. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the swag bags, and we will see you next year.